Welcome to episode 4 of the Ed Blair Report. I'm Ed Blair. Steve Pikiell met with the media during Rutgers Basketball Summer Media Day, and after listening to everything he had to say, one message stood out. This isn't the same Rutgers team we watched last season. Today we're breaking down why Pikiell believes the roster is better positioned to compete in 2026 and what's changed behind the scenes and the biggest questions that still remain. Pikiell didn't begin by talking about talent. He talked about experience. Rutgers was one of the youngest teams in college basketball last year. This offseason was about becoming older. Veteran leadership changes everything. They have Tariq Francis, Jamichael Davis, Leno Mark, and Caden Powers. That experience also extends to the transfer portal. The best person in the transfer portal we got, her name is Kelly Zinn. That wasn't about a player. It was about infrastructure. Rutgers investing more resources into NIL, why roster retention matters as much as recruiting, and keeping veterans instead of replacing everyone every year. This was probably the biggest offseason victory. There's been some new additions for Rutgers: Christian Gerdat, Doran Buca, Darren Buchanan Jr., Darren Smith Jr., Rashid Jones, and Will Snyder. Veteran leadership is key. Pikiell specifically talked about having centers who can shoot and pass, and also talked about versatility. So what's next? Pikiell confirmed Rutgers is looking to add 2 more players and explained why coaches rarely feel done. He also went into depth, competition, injuries, and flexibility. I think the biggest difference between last year's Rutgers team and this year's team isn't simply talent, it's experience. Steve Pikiell repeatedly came back to the words older, stronger, and experienced. That tells me Rutgers wants to become more consistent, not just more explosive. And if this team rebounds and defends the way Pikiell expects, the Scarlet Knights should be in a much better position to compete throughout the Big Ten. Now, the next step is seeing how quickly this new group develops chemistry once the roster is complete. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another Rutgers fan. You can also read all of my Rutgers coverage over at Rutgers Scarlet Knights on SI. Thanks for watching the Ed Blair Report. I'm Ed Blair, and I'll see you next episode. Ciao.